Hello, Kipsters. Thank you for tuning in today. If you watched yesterday's lesson, this page here looks very familiar to you. We are going to be reviewing what we worked on yesterday very quickly, and then we are going to be moving on to the second set of exercise, which will then bring us to learning our very first song, the song we worked on at the end of the first video, Hot Cross Buns, and we'll actually get to read the music as we're playing it. Okay, so there's not many ways to warm this instrument up. Normally, when you play an instrument, you take the time to warm it up so that it sounds better. You know, you have like a clarinet. The clarinet, when you play warm air into it, the clarinet gets warmer, thus making the warmer sound. But with this, it's a plastic instrument. We can play it a little bit, but not necessarily necessary to warm up for us with this instrument. So never really have to worry about that. As soon as you play for the first time, it should sound as good as it did the last time, all right? We do, however, warm up with singing. Not the same here with this recorder. Well, just wanted to say that just to bring some clarity to if you had that question. So again, we are working on 3 notes here, guys. Just 3. And those notes are B, A, and G. The 3 easiest notes that I think are on the recorder, the first 3 that most of us learn when we first play this instrument. So I wanted to, again, like I said, go through these first 4 exercises again. We'll do each one at a time, and then we will do the 4th and final one, and then we will move on to the next page, learning our very first song, Hot Cross Buns. So our first note we're going to work on, exercise 1, we're going to work on the note B. And remember, B is 1 finger on top, first hole, and 1 finger on the back, okay? And these rhythms that we're doing is ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Very simple rhythm. Nothing too challenging about this except for the fact that you have to keep your fingers covered on the hole here and making sure when we put another finger down that our finger is also covering the holes that we put another finger on. All right, so first one, exercise 1, we're going to play on our note B. It should sound like this. All right, try it with me. We do ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, sh, 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 sh. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, except we're going to play it on the note B. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready? Shh, 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 shh. And if you don't want to say shush, that's okay. It's kind of hard to quickly move your instrument back after you say shush, but if you can do it, perfect. Nice job. We're going to do exercise note B one more time, and then we're going to move on to A. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Nice job, guys. And it's never too late to fix your posture. If you could have seen me at the beginning of that, I fixed my posture, and I tried to remember to remind you at the beginning. I'm going to try to be better about that, making sure that we're always checking our posture so that when we're playing, we get the best possible sound every time. Moving on to the second exercise, we're on the note A. And remember, the note A has 2 fingers on it, 2 fingers on the holes, 1, 2, and then your thumb on the back. And it should sound like this. All right, so I want you to play that with me. We're going to do it twice. Here's the first time. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. All right, now again, these notes that have more fingers are a little bit harder to play because you have to make sure every finger is covering the entire hole, which is not easy to do when we first start. So we're going to try it again, making sure that your fingers are covering the holes. You can look down at your fingers like this. You see me looking down at my fingers? I don't see any holes. Go ahead and check your fingers if you have to. It takes just an extra second to check your fingers, all right? Here we go. Exercise 2, note A. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. Now, for some of you, this may be super easy. This may be boring. You may have already conquered this. We can never practice too much when it comes to music and comes to instruments. The more we practice, the better we get every time. Now, you can over practice and thus making your brain a little bit more tired, but we're not doing any over practicing here at all. We just started the recorder. If anything, we're getting as much practice as we need right now. Moving on to exercise 3, note G. Remember, G is all 3 fingers, and if you need a refresher, you can always look up here. If you are following along on this website, I have not linked that website, but if you want to, you can type it in. But I'll come up here and show you again. 3 fingers on the holes, making sure they're all covered, and it should sound like this. All right, it should sound exactly like that, a little bit lower, definitely lower than B, and definitely lower than A, all right? One more time, I'll play it, and then you play with me. Make sure those fingers are down and nice and tight around those holes so that we don't get any squeaking. All right, here we go. We're going to play it 2 times through, you and I. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. And even I squeaked a little bit there, so we're going to do it one more time. Everyone, ready to go. We're going to do it a little bit slower so that we can make sure that we're not squeaking every time. Some of us maybe have squeaked every time. Again, that's okay. We're here to keep getting better and keep practicing. Here we go on the note G. 3 fingers are covering the holes. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. Making sure our air is consistent, making sure we're playing with very nice and warm air and we're not blowing too hard into the instrument. There are all ways to make sure this instrument does not squeak. It is easy to squeak this instrument. We're making sure we don't in every way possible. All right, exercise 4. This is where we play every note from beginning to end, B, A, and G. Okay, so let's make sure we get this down. Remember, we're starting with B. We move one finger down to A, and we move our final finger down to G. So we start with B. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, rest. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta on A, rest. And then on G, ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. I'm going to play it first, and then you're going to repeat it after me. Here we go. 1. I'll go first, 2. Here's me. Ready? All right, try it with me. We're going to do it twice with you guys. Here we go. 1, 2. 1, 2, ready. I feel like that was a good one for some reason, but if it wasn't, we're going to do it again just in case. Here's the fourth exercise for the final time. B, A, and G. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. And I get tired even playing this instrument. My air is going away quicker than I would like it to. So we're making sure that we're breathing on time. We're breathing when we can, and we're playing with very very nice full air, so that when we are using our air, it's not wasted breath. Okay. Moving on to the next lesson here, we are going to be learning our very first song, Exercise 5, Hot Cross Buns. Now we might get to this Exercise 6, but we will see. If we do, you should know this song. I'll play it for you real quick. All right, we all know that song. Mary Had a Little Lamb, or Merrily We Roll Along. All right, but we're going to start with the easiest song we learned, which is Hot Cross Buns. And I'm going to zoom in here so you guys can see a little bit better. Up here, you can notice, and we still have the BAG notes up here. So you see B is on the third line. Every good boy does fine. We have B here. And for the spaces, we have face equals the spaces. So F-A in the second space, we have F-A, and then C-E would be the next two. And then for the lines again, every good G, boy does fine. So we have B, A, and G. These are the notes we're working for. So here, you can it's kind of cool. If you wanted, you could space all the notes out, and if you were on this website, type the notes out yourself. You could space B, A, G. You see how I'm writing B-A-G here? And then for this one, just write it under the note, G, 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 A, 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 B, A, G. Okay, so I helped you out a little bit. You can read the letters if you want, or you can actually read the notes and try to see the notes without the letter under it. If you can, that's great. But nothing wrong here with having a little help. All right, I'll take all the help I can get while teaching you guys this instrument because it does take a lot of time to learn this. So we have some new notes here that weren't in our last lesson. We don't have any eighth notes, but we do have two new notes. Now I'm going to give you like 5 seconds to think of what those notes are. The first two notes are a certain kind of note, and then that G in the second measure there is also a certain kind of note. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to think about what those notes are. The first one is a half note. If you got that, nice job. And the second one, the one that's over top that letter G there, is a whole note. Now, for the half note, we count 2 beats for one of those. All right, so if I'm counting like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, I will play the B for 2 of those counts and the A for the other 2 of those counts. I'm doing all of these measures in 4. Every time you see a measure, you can count 4 times and then you'll go to the next measures. You see how all these G's here there's 4 G's? That's one note per beat, and there's 4 beats in one measure. All right, this is where I was talking about. We're going to learn a little bit more about measures as we go. This is that part. All right, you see all those G's down there. There's 4 G's. That's one measure because in one measure there are 4 beats. In one measure there are 4 beats. At least for this song right now. That's not always true. Sometimes there's 3 beats in one measure, but for right now, we're doing 4 beats in one measure, which is the most common, okay? And you see that little C right there next to the treble clef? That actually stands for common time because we're in the most common time that most music is in, which is 4 beats per measure, okay? So if we have 4 beats per measure and we have 2 half notes, 2 of them go to the note B and 2 of them go to the note A. So watch me count these. And then a whole note. Sorry, I was counting and playing, so my fingers weren't on the instrument, and I got squeaky. That whole note is actually 4 beats. You see how it covers the entire measure? There's only one circle in that. It's because it's 4 beats. So we hold it for 4 counts. And it is hard to play whole notes. It's hard to sustain that note and not make it squeak. It's very hard to play and count with your finger at the same time. But you get the idea. It's better. The best way to do it is to tap with your finger. And because I wasn't holding my instrument with my right hand, you saw how easy it was for my fingers to slip and lose their place. So it's very important for this hand to be here. You can tap with your foot too. So if I tap 4 times, B is going to be 2 taps and A is going to be 2 taps as well. Here we go. I'll try it again. 1, 2, ready. And you saw how much better I sounded when I had my hand on it because it's keeping it in control. If you don't have this hand on it, you will have much more trouble than you need, okay? So we're going to keep on with the toe tap. And you can see here, my knee is moving. You can see my knee moving there, okay? And I'm tapping the beat with my hands, with my feet. So go ahead and tap the beat. It's this fast. Tap with your feet. Ready, go. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. And then keep that tempo. You don't have to keep tapping until we play. But what we're going to do, I'm going to teach you the first 4 measures. Now, when we're counting here, you see 4 measures. B, A, and G is 2 measures. B, A is 1 measure, and then there's a line. G is the second measure, and then there's a line going down it. B, A is the third measure, and then there's a line, and then G again is the 4th measure, and you see that line. That line breaks up the measures, okay? So when we see that line, we know, okay, that measure's over. Now it's time to move on to the next measure. All right, so we're going to learn the first 4 measures here. All you're doing is B, A, G, B, A, G. Try that. 1, 2. Try it playing. Ready? feel like you guys did well with that. Now, I keep having this feeling only because I know you Kipsters are better than any other students I've ever taught. But for my sake, let's do it again just in case. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready? Nice job, guys. Now, the last two measures, the last two measures that we haven't played yet are the four G's and the four A's. Now, those are all quarter notes, so it sounds like this: ta 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 ta, G G G G, A. Just play four G's in a row. Try that with me. It's gonna sound like this. Try it. 2, ready, go. Again. 2, ready, go. Now try A 4 times. 1, 2. This is 2 fingers only and 1 on the back. 1, 2, A. Go. Again. 2, A. Go. Last time, A. Go. Now I want to do G and A together. So we're going to do 4 G's and then we're going to do 4 A's. It should sound like this. Try that with me. Ready, go. One more time. Ready, go. Nice job, you guys. One more time for my sake, and then at the end of it, we're going to add a B, A, G. So it's going to sound like this. All right, and making sure we're holding those half notes and holding those whole notes, because if we don't, it's just another quarter note with a rest. If I were to cut that half note off early, it would sound like this. Which is fine. Obviously, those are the right notes, and you understand that that's the tune. But we're looking for We're looking for the idea or the proof that you can hold those notes out, and you guys won't run out of breath. We're gonna play the whole song, you guys. Actually, no. We're gonna do what I asked, which is the second line: G G G G A B A G. You're gonna do that with me, and then we're gonna play the whole song. Hopefully, we can get this in time. Here we go. 1, 2, G G. Second line. And if you start squeaking, make the adjustments in your mouth, make the adjustments with your fingers, stop playing and look at your fingers. If you squeak, freeze. Look at where your fingers are and say, oh, my middle finger is not where it needs to be. Next time I will fix my middle finger. You have unlimited times to rewind this, redo it. You have that opportunity. You might as well take it. One more time on the second line, and then we're going to play the whole song twice. Here we go. 1, 2, second line on G, ready, go. Nice job, you guys. Now, again, we're going to play this twice. What I want you to focus on for these last 2 times, if you were reading the letters, focus on reading the notes this time. Just look at the notes, look at the half notes, look at the whole notes, look at the quarter notes. Don't look at the letters. All right, we can memorize the letters. Don't look at those. Look at the notes. Read the music. Another thing I want you to work on, your posture, sitting up straight. All right, making sure that the instrument is not like this. We're not playing like this. We're not playing like this. We're playing down. All right, we're playing down at kind of like at an angle, 45-degree angle. All right, and making sure that our fingers are covering the holes. We're going to play it 2 times. First time, here we go. 1, 2, from the beginning, ready. Now, it could be very hard for you to play 8 measures without breathing. If that's possible, breathe where you need to. Don't feel like you have to get through the whole thing without breathing because there's no commas, like I said, and there's no breath marks written in. Breathe where you need to have success. This is the last time we're going to do this song, guys, and then we're going to do our next lesson tomorrow. We'll restart, we'll revisit this song, and then learn, and then move on to our next song. Here we go. Hot Cross Buns, final time. If you can't get it right this time, rewind it, or you can wait until tomorrow and try again. Here we go. From the beginning. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. I have a very good feeling about this, guys. I feel like this is an awesome opportunity for us to get these individual lessons in. Because we're not all together at the same time, there is a great opportunity in individual growth. Please make sure you are utilizing that time because we may not get a time like this again. And if we do, awesome. If we don't, awesome. We'll be back together. We'll be making music together. But right now, I think this is an awesome opportunity for us to all grow individually as musicians, and we should take every chance we get to be better. As always, Mr. Isaac has 3 things for you. You are kind, you are smart, you are important. I will see you tomorrow, and until then, have an awesome day.